Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I am going to be reviewing as many pumpkin spice products as I can in under 15 minutes because YouTube won't let me make a video longer than that. So we're going to go in the order of what is most convenient to me. So we are going to start with the Starbucks Instant Pumpkin Spice Latte. So that looks like this. It comes in a box that looks like this. There are 4 in each box. I'm going to be honest, the price is probably not worth it, but I got these for free. I have had these in the past, but it has been at least a year since I had one, maybe 2 years. The box calls for 8 ounces of hot water, but I know that that's going to suck, so instead we're going to use milk, and we're going to go ahead and make this real quick, and I'm going to taste it. Alright, so off camera I mixed that for about a minute and there's still some clumps of powder at the bottom, so while we're waiting for that to just like dissolve a little bit on its own, I'm gonna go over another item. This is the Mimo pumpkin spice mochi ice cream. You're supposed to let it sit for a couple minutes before you eat it, so I put it out for a second. Now we're gonna try it. So I took a bite out of that and the ice cream is a lot more orange than I expected it to be. It definitely tastes like pumpkin spice, but I just don't think it's like my favorite pumpkin spice item. So the consistency of the mochi is actually really good. I've defrosted it to the perfect amount. The ice cream is also totally fine. No issues with like consistency or anything. The flavor is really there, but it's not overwhelming. I think the reason I don't like it is just because mochi pumpkin spice is kind of weird and I think my brain's just a little bamboozled. There's nothing wrong with it, it's just not my top pick for pumpkin spice items. Okay, everything has successfully dissolved into the instant pumpkin spice latte, so I am going to give that a try now. Okay, so kudos to Starbucks. This tastes pretty similar to the actual pumpkin spice latte that you can buy in the store. It obviously is much better because I used milk. If I had used water instead, it would be definitely not nearly as good as it is right now. I also use very thick milk, so that makes it even better. I definitely think that if you're really into the Starbucks pumpkin spice latte and you want to have it at home all the time, this would be like a pretty alright substitute for the real thing, provided that you use milk instead of hot water. If you do not like the Starbucks pumpkin spice latte, you're not going to like this one either. So for me, this is good, but it just kind of depends on what you want. All right, up next we have the Trader Joe's Pumpkin Spice Pretzel Slims. I have sampled these in advance, so I already know what I'm going to say about them, but I'm going to try another one right now anyway. Okay, so this is the best looking one I could find in the bag. A bunch of them are broken, but it's okay because broken ones have no calories. Pumpkin seeds on top of them, and they are yogurt pretzels. I get a kind of white chocolatey, yogurty flavor from them, so that makes sense. I also do taste the pumpkin spice, but it's a lot more muted than other pumpkin spice products. So if you kind of like autumnal flavors, but not super high key into pumpkin spice, this might be a good option for you. It is pretty sweet, so if you're not into sweet stuff, it's not going to be for you, but I love these, so I highly recommend them. I don't know if they're still going to have them in your store by the time you see this, but if they do, definitely give these a try. Okay, so because I tried the Trader Joe's version of the pumpkin spice yogurt pretzels when I saw these at another store, the liquor store, I decided I absolutely had to try them just because I wanted to compare and contrast. I wanted to see if I can get the really good Trader Joe's flavor somewhere else because Trader Joe's sells out of all their pumpkin spice products really fast. So I haven't tried these ones yet, so I'm going to go ahead and try these for the first time with you guys. Okay, so first off, they do look exactly the way they are shown on the bag. Like, I feel like this is a pretty accurate representation. It is a slightly darker orange, but I mean, it's pretty accurate. Let's go ahead and taste it. Okay, first of all, so these are regular pretzels instead of pretzel slims, and that definitely makes a difference. And I'm going to say these are not the best pretzels to begin with. So Trader Joe's definitely has them beat on the consistency. I also got more consistent salt flavoring on the Trader Joe's ones. These ones, I tasted the salt, but I would taste it like, oh, there's a lot of salt, and now some like a little bit stale pretzel. And then another bite, it'd be like, oh, there's another grain of salt, and then, stale pretzel. They're not super stale. I don't want to like make them sound awful, but they are not as good as the pretzel slims. As for the actual flavoring, they just are less than the Trader Joe's one. Like, they have achieved the perfect like level of pumpkin spice on the Trader Joe's one, and then these went lower, so you can like hardly taste the pumpkin spice. In my opinion, other people might say it's way too much pumpkin spice, but compared to what I'm used to, this is not nearly enough pumpkin spice. So I'm gonna have to give this one a thumbs down. Okay, coming in hot with another Trader Joe's pumpkin spice item. They really do it for me there. They really have so many pumpkin spice items. So these ones are crackers that you're supposed to eat with like cheeses and dips. I do not have cheeses and dips, and so I think that might negatively affect these, but we're going to do our best to give them a fair review. So this is what a real one looks like. I think it looks pretty close to the box, but the box does seem to have bigger pieces of, I believe it's craisins. Possibly, yes, craisins. I think that there's like a couple of craisin pieces in here, but those ones just look a little bit different. So let's taste it. So this is definitely more of a pumpkin, less of a pumpkin spice kind of flavor, which is definitely, I think, better for what they're going for. They're certainly very crunchy, so I think that they would be good if you were eating, thick cheeses and stuff. I don't love them as is. I'm tasting like rosemary and something else in here, but it's just like a really hard, savory, crispy thing. But I think if there was some sort of spread for it, I think I would actually really like this. So maybe good, maybe bad. It depends on what you're using it for. Okay, next up I am reviewing these little fun-sized Kit Kats. They are pumpkin spice flavored. They are exactly the same, they just have two different cute wrappers. So we're going to try this. So this looks basically how you would expect it to look. It's a light orange color. It is a white chocolate Kit Kat with pumpkin spice flavoring in it. You're not going to get a focused image, I guess, so let's take a bite. Okay, so not to fool you guys, but I have had these before, and the first time I bit into it, I was like, oh wow, that's a lot more pumpkin spice than I expected. But honestly, they've really grown on me, and I definitely like want to eat a lot more of them. The first time I had it, I was like, one or two is fine, and now I'm done. But now that I've had, a half a bag of them, I'm ready to go for like another round. I'm like, let's buy another bag. I'm probably going to eat the whole thing, let's be honest. So these ones are really interesting. I feel like you're either gonna like them or you're not gonna like them because the pumpkin spice flavor is a little intense, but I'm really down for it now, so I recommend. All right, so I have two pumpkin spice cereals to sample for you guys tonight. I'm going to be starting with the Special K pumpkin spice. I used to really like their like mixed berry or whatever, but I stopped eating it. So let's see what I think of the pumpkin spice. All right, so these are really, really crunchy, like uncomfortably so. First of all, they are very loud in my ears. Second of all, it sometimes hurts my teeth to chew them. I know I don't have like A plus dental work going on, but I don't think my cereal should be so hard that it hurts my teeth. It's not the entire piece that hurts my teeth. There's like these little bits in it. I don't know if it's like my whole oats or something. I don't know, but I'm not a fan. The pumpkin spice flavor is really, really low. I can hardly tell there's any pumpkin spice. They have these little yogurt balls in there that have like a little more pumpkin spice flavor to them, but they're really waxy and then they kind of stick to my teeth, and I don't love that. So this is not my favorite. I'm really cheap, so I don't know that I'm going to throw away the box, but I definitely don't recommend other people buy it. So this is no longer in its original container, but this is pumpkin spice frosted mini wheats, and I am going to be trying that. All right, so this one is a frosted mini wheat. So if you like frosted mini wheats, these have the exact same consistency, texture, etc., that you're used to in a regular frosted mini wheat. If you've never had a frosted mini wheat, they're very dense and crunchy, but if you wait like 30 seconds, they have like the perfect consistency where they're just like a little softer so you can eat them. The pumpkin spice on this is pretty alright. It's not super intense, it's not super light. I think it's pretty good. The mini wheats are good. I recommend this. I think this one's good. Alright, so this is another Trader Joe's product. This is the pumpkin spice batons. These are like a crunchy cookie with a like sort of creamy filling in the middle, and they look like this. So basically exactly as pictured on the box, so that's cool. So let's take a bite and see how that goes. These have a very specific flavor to me. When I was little, my mom would buy us these snack bars that were made of cereal, and she would get us the Cinnamon Toast Crunch one. I think they also had Fruit Loops, but I don't really like those. So we got Cinnamon Toast Crunch, and the bottom of the bar was this creamy, milky flavored, like, I don't know, frosting stuff. I'm not sure. And then the top had actual pieces of Cinnamon Toast Crunch in it. And I'm sure there was more to it than that, but that's what I remember. And that's what this tastes like. It does not taste like pumpkin spice, but it does taste like sugary, sweet, milky Cinnamon Toast Crunch. So I like it. It's not a super intense flavor. I know that Cinnamon Toast Crunch sounds kind of intense, but this is not a very intense flavor. This is pretty light, and I think it tastes really good, but I don't think it tastes like pumpkin. So if you really want pumpkin flavor, this is not it. But if you just want something delicious, this is really good. Okay, so this is a chapstick. It is pumpkin spice flavored. I actually didn't know it was pumpkin spice flavored because nowhere on the box does it say what the flavor is. It says Pumpkin King, it says Disney, Nightmare Before Christmas, Lip Smackers, Chapstick, blah, blah, blah. Real flavor, but no, it doesn't tell you what the flavor is. I checked the back of the box, I tried to Google it, so I think that's really bad marketing. But anyway, I bought it just because it's Nightmare Before Christmas and I really like Jack, so I bought it because it's cute. The chapstick itself sucks. I'm gonna be honest, most chapstick I am not impressed with. This one I am also not impressed with. It is pumpkin spice. You can definitely smell it. You can definitely taste it. It's fine. It's basically on par with every other chapstick, but I just don't think it's very good chapstick. But if you're not here for the chapstick, if you're here for the spooky theme, then it's great. And I was here for the spooky theme, so, you know, I'm satisfied. Pumpkin spice body butter. So this is another Trader Joe's product, but this one is not edible. This one goes on your body. This is, you know, it's body butter. It's super thick lotion, in case you don't know. So it looks like this on the inside. It is incredibly, incredibly thick. I don't know why the lid just opens and it's the same as if you unscrewed it. That keeps bothering me. But anyway, so the consistency of it, ooh, let me try and get a good angle on this. So it's super duper thick. Ooh, I missed. And, oh, you can't see it. It's sitting there like whipped cream on my finger. There you go. It's just very, very thick stuff. So, I don't love the smell of this. It smells like they were going to make a, like an apple fall smell, like a harvest apple smell, like one of the candles that they sell there. But then at the last minute, they were like, no, 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 pumpkin spice is in. Throw the pumpkin spice in there. And they took what was already an apple candle or apple lotion and they threw in pumpkin spice with it. And so it has kind of a funky smell that I don't love, but it's so moisturizing that I'm definitely going to use the entire thing, which is probably going to take a really long time given how thick and creamy it is. So if you can get past the smell, it's great, but I'm pretty sure Trader Joe's makes other body butters with different smells that are probably better than this. So, not my top pick for pumpkin spice, but a good lotion to be sure. Okay, so I don't know how many of those I got through because I'm going to figure it out in editing. Right now the video is way longer than 15 minutes. So I hope that you enjoyed all the reviews that I did get to. Don't fret, I'm going to be making a second part because I have a lot more pumpkin spice items that I didn't even prepare for today, so you're going to be getting another huge pumpkin spice video.